Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. I'm not pressed to making lists, for real. I stay low and stack my chips, for real. You keep looking for a flip, for real. That's not wealth, that's rich, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. No liens on the whip, for real. I get bored, I take a trip, for real. Take a loss, I never trip, for real. Been in shock, I'm not a lick, for real. Don't trust the soul, it's on my hip, for real. Make a move and you get hit, for real. No pictures by the crib, for real. Can't let them know just where I live, for real. 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 Really real. Really real. Really real. Really real. For real. For real. For real. For real. Plain Jane on my wrist, for real. LV on my chick, for real. Waco taking risks, for real. Went through hell to get to this, for real. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold. Bang roll, on the go. Ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, if they pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Don't need to make sure all systems go because one camera is down, so I've managed to somehow fix it and put zoom camera on the left, so it will do. So it seems pretty good actually, it seems pretty good, the fix we have. And that's it. So let's have a look what we got going on for today and take it from there. Obviously Today is the last day of the month. We have a bit of what we have. Euro news at 2 p.m. Not going to affect us during the session. 11 a.m. we have a bit of German price, which is fine because that's Frankfurt Open. Yeah, so pretty clean day. End of the month. Calm after the storm, to be honest. And we'll see where gold has ended up here. Well, obviously I know where it's ended up, but we'll see the analysis for today. We'll start off here on the daily time frame. Let me just fix this screen here. It's annoying me. There we go. Daily time frame closing bullish on gold here. So we have a bullish candle close creating some form of support here. Now, do I think this is going to reverse to all-time high? Probably not. No. This could be a pullback. Could we end up here at 100s in this pullback phase? Yeah, it could happen. But for now, we have a daily bullish close. As long as we respect this previous range here, which is our previous daily range at 40.40, we're going to remain inside of here. 4-hour time frame closing bearish here at a 4-hour resistance as well. So it is a mixed session bias today. We can be looking to retest 4-hour resistance, or we could be looking to head down from here and retest probably previous 4-hour support down here. So it could be one or the other. We will see what it wants to do. So 1-hour time frame creating supports at the moment, and 30-minute time frame as well creating supports. And we can see the same story on 15. Like to see where the 1-hour support. Okay, 30-minute is sitting where? Here. And on 15, if we were to sell below, it's tight, right? That sucks. If we didn't have this 30 here, would be actually a little sneaky trade. But how much is this space is my question. How much do we have? 28 is not bad, actually. Yeah, 28 is not bad. So possibly a close below here. 1 hour at that point would flip, which would be cool, actually. That would make sense. And then you would have to break even at that 30, not 30, yeah, at the 30-minute resistance. Well, not resistance, now it's support. Now buys here, I don't see any buys just yet inside of the range. If we pop down here, create support, we can trade back up to this high. It's not a bad range. Let's say we created a small support. It's like 43 pip range. If we were to come down to the bottom and do it nicely like that. Obviously, we can buy from down here. But I'm looking at a way at selling down. Then it will kind of end up like yesterday. Yesterday had a similar thing where we rejected the highs, came down, created support, and went on a massive rally. We would have the same thing. Reject the highs, come down, create support, and then continue massive rally. But if it gives me an option to sell down, I can do that, right? Otherwise, if we just hang around here, then I'll try buy above here, watching these zones up here. Could be a little bit tricky. We see a little bit of choppiness up there. So we'll see. We need some good volume to push through all that choppiness. But a candle close above there can give us the option to move up. Now, looking at DAX here on the other hand, just a bit of a mess, man. DAX is still super choppy here. Daily time frame, not really doing too much here. Previous daily close doji, current one is pushing down as we speak. 4 hours stuck at 4-hour supports. Just a mess. Technically bearish bias, but more like bearish mess. I'm not touching DAX today, just based on this analysis. I don't care what it does, unless it just absolutely dumps last day of the month and we get out of this range heavy. And I'm seeing big candles come, because that's the one thing we haven't seen is big candles leaving the range, except for here, and it immediately faked out. But if I start to see some like good volume candles, 5-minute structure, then I take sells. But otherwise, no chance. Otherwise, no chance. I'm not really looking at trying to buy through here. It's just a bit too messy. I mean, you could play the range and take some nasty buys up here. It wouldn't be too crazy. Would make sense. But it's just too messy. If it just ranges, it's going to be boring. So if I can avoid it, I will avoid it. Looking at GJ here. Keeping an eye on GJ. Has been moving nice during the sessions. We have daily time frame closing bullish now. What do I mean bearish? Previous daily support still being respected. 4-hour time frame closing kind of doji here. So it is a mixed session bias. We're creating support here. We have this 4-hour resistance up here that we're kind of messing about at. I want to mark a 4-hour support here. So above that, we could trade this clean range here. But the 15 looks pretty messy. And with us being mixed, would I take sells from up here and rely on this being a high? Potentially, yes. Potentially, yes. Or would I look at this as a pullback to continue bullish? So I think I need to close below the 15-minute here, which is also the 30-minute. And then that would also give me a 5-minute change of structure. And then what would I, then I would need some sort of pullback. Would be nice pullback first, then a close below. And then I have what type of range am I dealing with? 7.5 pips. 20 pips down there. It's enough to get break even. 1 hour would do what? Close bullish. But if it closed below here, we would get it closing below the range, which would be nice. So daily is bullish though, so this is what makes me concerned that this is a pullback for upside. But at the same time, we've tapped the target up there. This I'm considering as doji, like I said, so I consider it mixed, even though it's liquidity grab, so that can give us more confidence of upside. Yeah, it's pretty weighted both sides, you know. There is an argument for upside and downside. Obviously, we have this resistance here. Straight breakout of this could be something. We have been seeing breakouts work on GJ, which feels weird for me to say. So I'm trying to contemplate, do I want to sell? Do I want to use this as a pullback to buy? And that's the argument I'm having, but it's pretty equal weighted, but it's slightly more weighted to upside because of the daily. You know, and because of rejection wick as well, that obviously plays a role. So yeah, I'm just going to let price action play out a little bit, see what happens. Gold here is getting above our buy zone already here. 1 minute for this candle to close. Could we take a straight breakout? 1 hour will close above. 30-minute will close above. 15-minute might close above. We don't know. We'll see in the next 1 minute here. But this could be just a straight option here. Stop loss below here, 80 pips. 80 pips would be somewhere up here. Break even around those zones. We could see if we just want to push through. So it could be a simple breakout option. We'll see in 43 seconds how we close. If you remember, all breakouts have been working. Who remembers that? Every single breakout has been working successfully. So if this one is going to work, then hopefully it follows the rest. Let's see if we can get a bottom wick and then break the high. Oof. Did we close above on broker? Below. Last second below. That's not above for me, so I can't take this, unfortunately. That just closed below last second. We do have active setup on 30-minute. So my only option to get in right now. That is a bit nasty, that one. Last second close below. Yeah, that is below. So I need a 5-minute candle closing above there. Because we still have it active on 1 hour. 1 hour still closed above. 30 minutes still closed above here. 15-minute didn't, right? Close right at resistance. So what I need to see here is I need to see like this 5 close bearish and the next one close above would be great. I could base it on 1 hour, but I'm not too confident about the stops on the 1 hour. What is the stops on the 1 hour? It's like 100 something, right? 120. I mean, we have range. We have range if it's just going to be full bullish, especially after this bottom wick. Wow, I could run that though. I could run because look at the bottom wick we're making. Why does it have to break the highs after this bottom wick? Could probably get away with 30-minute stops. What if we play it crazy and we put stops below current candle after such a deep bottom wick and play it? Look, volume should come, because that's how all the other breakouts have not messed around, if you think about it. Right? We've just not messed around on the other breakouts. It's just broke the high and gone. Maybe we can play somewhere in the middle. We can play here, 76. You know, at least have it below something in case it wants to retest here further one more time. Yeah, we're going to keep an eye on this. It is active on all other time frames. If this 5 closes bearish, easy. I wait for a 5-minute candle closing above. But if this starts to close like super doji here, looking very, you know, bullish pressure coming into the market, next candle makes a bottom wick, I will actually consider entering break of highs, because then for me it kind of makes sense. Because of the breakouts we've been seeing work a lot. So yeah, anyways, that's the analysis. Make sure you leave a like on the stream, you know the drill. Appreciate everyone showing up as always. Get the likes up to 100. Let's go. GJ's ripping. Yeah, GJ is ripping, but we need a close above, right? That would be my buys on GJ if it closes above. So I need to wait 11 minutes here. Yeah, I think the 5 is probably going to close bearish here. I'd be very surprised if it closes bullish. 1 minute 30-second massive candle, and I will not be taking that after a massive candle that comes in 1 minute. It wouldn't make sense to me to buy after that volume. I want a more sustained push, but it looks like it's doing it, which is absolutely crazy. Actually, it's not as big 1 minute candle as I thought it would be. And it's a nice retest here. Wow, what a situation. Let's just wait the 1 minute. See, because if it closes above the 5-minute range, we can't ignore this 1 hour close. It's active. 30-minute close is active. We get lost on the 15. Could hurt us. We might get the 5 closing above as well. I have to wait for the 5 at this point. There was only 10 seconds left. That's an interesting one, man. What an interesting scenario. I just wish the 15 close above, make our life easy. So we have the 5 close above here. 1 minute is going to come and retest here. So can I enter, re-enter now? That is the question. Now we're getting back into the range, which is nice. We'll have no point of flipping. Five-minute retest. Yeah, I'm going to give it a shot if it breaks a little bit above this high. Or I go break of highest high. What's the difference here? 16 pips is quite a lot. Then I run stop loss current candle stops, which is 70 pips. Let's see where that 1 minute high is. I kind of want to be entering above that 1 minute high, but that's 16 pips difference. 16 pips difference matters. Yeah, I might have to adjust to here. Then we can avoid that drama, but still 19 pips. $88. It's big. Just doesn't. We don't get a 1-to-1 if we reach the 4 hour, right? And 4 hours is my max target. It's just under a 1-to-1. And I can't run tighter stop loss than current candle lows. That's absolutely max. And entering here doesn't make sense, because if it retests this 1 minute and fails, then I'm in for a nasty surprise. I need to be entering in a fresh high to prove to me it can continue. You know, because this is how we get stuck in a 1 minute range, you know. 1 minute will just retest here, then start its downside moment. Do stuff like this, retest somewhere up here, I get triggered. And then you find the next candle coming back down here. That would stop me, but let's even say it comes here. Now I'm stuck in a very difficult scenario here, where it's just stuck until it breaks this high. $15 bearish then close above would be ideal. Yeah, but that's, by the time that happens, I don't trust volume, you know. Trying to see how can I enter on a pullback, you know, some sort of pullback here. Not need to enter at the highs, so that when we get to the highs, I can be even like break even, you know. It seems like this 5 gonna close back in the range, so it's gonna invalidate the trade anyways. That's why I didn't want to enter after that straight push break of high, because now you get screwed like this, right? Very classic. Last second pushes are not your best friend. They're not your best friend. Today's range is very tricky. I mean, it's not... The way it closed makes it tricky, right? Because this is what waiting saved us. Yeah, but there was reasons to wait, thankfully. It sucks when there's no reasons and then you're stuck in something. We have to also consider last day of the month, so it might be a little bit tired today. Can you say in short how you trade to us? I trade using price action between zones. That's how I trade, in short. This would be a nice liquidity grab to take my short idea, right? Remember my sell idea? So if we start to get back below here, I can look for that sell idea, which could be possible now that we've done this fake out. Let's have a check what GJ is doing. GJ is well doing the same thing. Now these shorts below here on GJ look even juicier. 4 minutes for this candle to close with 5-minute change of structure. That looks good. See, I just want to see what DAX is doing. Nothing. I'm also contemplating if a 5-minute candle closes bullish to rip it like that. What's your spreads on GJ? What are you, 2.3 pip spread? It's not that bad. My spreads on GJ is 0.5 pips though. Much better. 0.5. 2.3 is, yeah, it's pretty heavy. No, 2 pips, not 2.3. 2 pips. So this would be 15-minute candle closing back in the range. Yeah, if we can get your idea, man, where this 15 closes bearish, next one closes above, would be great, actually. It would be super simple, right? Harry, are you never going to trade on futures? I know you explained that wasn't all the way people were hyping it up. I trade on futures. I have a funded account on futures. This is my funded account, right? 50K Express. This is my futures account. So I trade on futures. I have a futures account. I made the video on my channel, me passing this account. No, that's not a setup 6.
Music. I don't know if you noticed, no music.
Fixed it, brother, fixed it. 15-minute ended up closing above here. Can we get a bottom wick? We need a bottom wick. How big would stops be? 90. We have range to here to at least go break even with 90. I don't think we can run smaller than 90. We're getting a bottom wick now. So let's see if we can break the highs would be the option. So yeah, break of high would be the option. See if we get the continuation. All right. Broke the highs on my broker. Oh, nice. One sec, I just noticed something on my phone. We have no 1 minute structure here, guys. Sheesh, that's not good at all. So if this starts to reject, I'll probably have to close this break even because we won't have juice in us. But if this can just fly a little bit more, I really don't like that there's no 1 minute structure. Yeah, look at this, no 1 minute structure. It's a threat. I'm gonna close it there. So I closed it there because there's just no 1 minute structure. I don't trust a massive pullback. So I think I close it, yeah, plus something, whatever it is. I just don't trust if it pulls back on me here. What's that? Plus 8 pips there. So I want to be careful. Tap my watch zone as well. You can hold this end of month. I'm just being more on the cautious side. Massive pullback can happen because really there's nothing it has to protect here. So I could just get caught. Maybe I should have waited for 5 minute close. That's the only difference I can see here. But yeah, I just decided to get out also because I don't want to be caught in a massive pullback and then hoping that it breaks that. I know it can continue up. It's a personal choice here. I'm just playing it safe. So only plus 7 pips there. Took 25 pips. Well, the contemplation here was it tapped my watch zone, which was already a zone of concern for me. And after tapping my watch zone, I looked at the 1 minute to see how to manage, and we had no 1 minute structure. So I can risk it and say, no problem, I won't go break even and wait for it to make 1 minute structure. Right? Which is totally valid, guys. It still makes sense. The trade does have probabilities. But how much drawdown do I want to risk holding right now, end of month, is my question, you know? And I kind of feel like it will have a high chance to play out if this 1 minute structure here holds. But if I have to hold a drawdown that comes all the way down here, I'm in deep shit. So I guess today's going to be the day it does work out here. But that's why it's a choice, right? That's why it's a choice. Like if I was still in this trade, then one thing I know for sure is I'd probably go break even myself now. Why? Because now we have 1 minute structure above the entry, right? So now it makes, if it breaks this, it doesn't look too good in my opinion. And then TP up there, 91. But honestly, this is nice that it created structure above the entry. I think I could have moved my stop loss just... Oh no, it would have still tapped me out. Yeah, it would have still tapped me out. Why does end of month? Shouldn't you be applying the same process daily? Price action can be weird last day of the month because a lot of institutions reposition their orders. There's not much volume as traders take the last day off, as they've realized most of their profit at the end of the month. So if we're going to have something weird happen, it's going to happen end of month and the first day of the month. So those are the 2 days that normally, and you can also notice it, first day of week sometimes can be good, sometimes can be really boring. And that's kind of the process that ends up happening, is if it's going to be a threat like that. Obviously, I think I should have waited for 1 minute structure above my entry here. Seems like it would be a nice idea. This looks like a smooth trade. Breakouts have been working. But I just wanted to play it safe personally. First day of the month also? Yeah, first day of the month does the same. And now you buy, but the left has a fair value gap. Well, you can see your fair value gap is not really doing too much at the moment. It could be relevant, it couldn't, but that's not the way I trade. I don't trade on people's gaps. I'm not interested on filling men's gaps. I mean, in 6 minutes, if this closes above here, would be great. If this closes above here in 6 minutes, you can continue to hold. I would, like, if you start to see it struggle at 4-hour resistance, because that is target for the day, right? That's where I would be like, okay, let me not be greedy for an extra 8 pips and actually secure. Right? Harry, please ask this guy to shut up and ask questions after the stream. He didn't even ask a question, and this is a different guy. And who are you to say? He can speak when he wants to. I want him to speak to me. Now what? Is this the same as trading gold futures? Yep. It is. This is futures. You can see futures had the same close. See how the 1 minute formed on futures. Entry would have been here. And then the 1 minute did what? Yes, it would have come below entry. How big is stops on futures? Same 90 points or what? No, 100 points on future. A little bit bigger stops on future. But how big is your range on futures to this high? To this high here is 150. And on Forex, what do we have? To that high is 160, yeah. So a little bit bigger stops on futures. I think the way you played it is smart. No 1 minute structure could have straight dumped, then what would you be thinking? I think you are correct. Yeah, it's a threat at the time. But the major issue is actually we do still have the 1 hour candle close. We have the 30-minute close. There's a lot of confirmation, not to worry. But yeah, if we did look at this, man, you know, if we're down here now, we're worried, right? We have to wait for structure. Then we get stuck in the range and then FU to stop loss. How many times has that happened, right? It's not over yet, though. Why is your stream win rate stuck? Because I'm not changing win rate. It's just how my win rate is forming. And I'm not adjusting by decimal point. Why don't you put stop loss below current candle lows? Stop loss is break even. Was break even. So to be, I would say TP here would be logical, to be honest. I know it's slightly negative, but it really is your target, right? And then if it reaches there and gives a nice little push pass, you'll get your 1-to-1 exactly. But if it reaches there and like kind of struggles, then you know that's where you want to be on the side of, okay, let me just secure. 5 minute looks really good the way we just retested that. That is beautiful sign. That is a very good sign. Exactly the zone you would want it to retest, and then a strong reaction from that. So honestly, price action is being very respectful here. And the minute it breaks through these 1 minute structures, it will be game over. So, and all of that is above the entry. So since all of that is above the entry, it's very easy to hold this type of trade. Because obviously if it breaks it, you just out break even. Otherwise, it can just slowly make its way towards TP, and you have a lot of room actually, like for it to pull back and pull back here and continue. Can pull back here and continue, and you just sit pretty at break even. Which is kind of what I wanted to do if we didn't have this. If we had maybe something like this here, then I could just use this as a point of, okay, if all shit hits the fan, I'm out here. Otherwise, like I said, this is an amazing sign. When you see that, it should be good. This 5 minute is not a good sign, so I probably would expect to see a 5 minute pullback from here probably, but you have a lot of room to survive it. You mean on the entry? That was current candle on the entry. Oh, you mean running stop loss below this here? That's silly. That's super silly. I hate on Tradingview didn't even retest entry level. Yeah. I mean, I closed a little bit above. So either now it breaks the high and pushes to TP, or you're going to get a 5 minute pullback. Which is fine though. You have a lot of room. And it would make sense because we're tapping into this zone here, which is a tiny, like this was a clean candle we just filmed. Now we can probably go a little bit higher to tap into that zone. Then I'd expect a 5 minute pullback. Now, do you have the juice to create a higher low to continue up? Possibly, yes. How is win rate calculated? Total wins, total losses. Divide. Okay, so this is how you watch if it's going to reject this level or not. It hasn't tapped it yet. Let's just make sure we drew it accurately. Okay, it has tapped it. It did tap it technically though. So, yeah, it did tap it technically. The higher level wasn't tapped, the lower one was. So satisfying to watch it react off a level. It is pretty cool, yeah. Look at that. Do you consider the trades like a last one a win when you market execute before TP? Depends if it's in profit or not. Because look, I consider in my journal, like even if I lose 5 pips, see? Even if I lose 5 pips or I take a tiny loss, I still consider it as a loss because my P&L lost. Right? So even if I take a tiny loss here, let's go see like a really small loss. When's the last time I've taken like a tiny loss? Like here, 0.25. Only lost 7 pips here, you see? 0.25% loss, but I still count it. It didn't hit my full stop loss. Right? I managed it. My full stop loss would have been above here. So I don't consider that as a full loss. Took trade 28th, but the line is not in the journal. I need to screenshot it. That's why it's not there. I'll move it down. But otherwise, I'm going to forget this one here. Like for me, this P&L wise, even though I made 0.08% or something, I still consider it as a break-even trade. Because in the future, maybe I get slipped on my break-even 0.08. So it all levels itself out. You know? It all levels itself out. So I just consider it, you know? As a break-even. You have to be very fast on TP on this trade, huh? If you were not fast for TP on this trade, look at this, man. Come back to entry. Literally. That's what I was saying. Maybe don't be greedy for the 1-to-1 up here. But even you had to be exact, man. Exact right at the point. You had no chance. If you didn't secure, then it's game over. And that's how nasty TPs can be sometimes. Right? So sometimes it's okay even to accept less here, right? Maybe you get a 0.8 because, oh shit, it actually tapped it. I need to close out. Better than making nothing. If you were 70% to TP and then it rejected randomly, okay, what the hell can you do, right? You can't really do much. I mean, let's say you didn't close up here and we're all the way down here. At that point, it's just the best choice is to sit at break even. Why? Because, you know, the opportunity for it to maybe respect one of these 1-minute structures here is better than making, I don't know, let's have a look how much you would make. 0.2 or something, you know? So if you closed here, you're making, let's see how much you make. 0.18. It's not even worth it to make 0.18. So at least like accept a 0.5 minimum, I would say. If you were stuck in that situation. So yeah, decent trade, man. 85 pip push. I like the plan. The 50. You see how powerful the 15-minute close is, guys? Who in chat took this trade? Let's see. Who in chat took this trade? Hit TP on slave account, but I had adjusted TP on the main account. Didn't copy my slave, and it costed me. Well, you could just sit at break even if you didn't close anything. It's your only option at this point. You close? Where did you manage to close? Still in stops at BE. Was it your guys' plan to move BE or did you just copy my break even? That's what I'm interested to see. I got a runner, 40 pips and full TP. Nice. I close when the 30 look fishy. All right. My BE. All right. So at least he's honest about just being a signal bot. Very big SL. Gold ranges are big these days, so you have to just get used to it. Leave a like on the stream. No, they only want to leave a like on the stream if I hold their hand through the trade perfectly. 42.3 below the TP. See where that is. 43. So I could 4-5. How can a trader control himself when he misses a trade he's planning? You just didn't get paid today, but your mentality got paid that you were correct. Now, Harry, we want your profit directly to a bank account. Yeah, it feels like that, right? But yeah, you guys should recognize the idea. Just because I make a decision, you know me, I'm an overly safe trader. You guys can hold it. It won't change anything. That has messed me up a lot like this, you know? If I lost this because I came back in drawdown because of lack of 1 minute structure, I would cry. Because I know it's a problem. And anyone who's been trading my strategy for at least a decent amount of time knows how much of a threat this can be, right? Who knows this? Who has seen this mess them up more than it's rewarded them? Personally, for me, this has messed me up more whenever I see that. But in saying that, we do have a beautiful 1 hour close above, and all of this will supersede that. Right? But yeah, congrats to everyone who made some money. Remember, we do this for free. The only thing I ask for is a like. Hopefully you learned something. That's more important, right? Because making money once or twice isn't going to get you profitable. Learning how to do this on a daily basis is what's going to get you profitable. Right? That's the difference. Can we get dubs in the chat? Nah, I appreciate it. People sleeping. They want to be spoon-fed. For the gram? The gram, for your gram. You're the one who hit the dub, not me, so I can't get mine for the gram. I can give for his gram. That is true, Mihai. So I'll put it. So now you normally put it for me, so there you go, for you. Tradesharpe putting it for you. There, okay, film. I can see you. There you go, for you. Satisfying, right? Pip Labs chat and watch them go to another stream. Okay, I'm gonna show you this. If I open Pip Labs now, people watch the stream without audio, 100%. I've actually experimented this, and I am sure people watch without audio and just wait for a position on the screen. You ready? Watch. Okay, this is our chart graph right now. Everyone watching? This is our chart graph right now. Watch what happens now when I open Pip Labs. Watch. Anyways, leaderboard on Pip Labs for people who are actually interested. Okay. First place is going to be selected today, and it's going to this guy. He's put himself anonymous, but he's winning $100 today, so that's pretty cool. He just made $100 for backtesting. He's shown consistency, limited drawdown, most simulation hours, and he has you know, something where he's just followed a strategy. As you can see, some guy made 4,000%, but we don't reward percentage, we reward consistency. So, and same risk. So here's second place and third place down here. Congrats to all of those. And yeah, you know, pretty sick to see. Hopefully next month we have a new winner, and they can be gaining the prize here. So we'll reach out to him, since on the back end we have his email, but obviously you guys can't see his email. Okay, let's see how much that damaged. Okay, we lost about 10 people. But the chart hasn't updated yet. So yeah, if you didn't manage to close here, would be break even. So very fickle gold, right? Exactly taps the target and then tells you not today, yeah? Exactly taps the target. Maybe they don't like the application. No, they're waiting for signals. So if I'm talking about something different, they're like, oh, it's not, I need to check another stream to see if a signal is coming. That's the mindset. GJ trying to close above here. Problem with GJ is your stop loss today. Does it make sense here to run 24 pips for 18? I don't know, and that is your daily there. Let's see how 5 is looking. Full straight push. 1 minute. 1 minute's fine. 5 minutes a threat. True Harry numbers went down. How many viewers we have now? 278. Yeah, you see. With that mindset, you lose it all 100%. Yo, bro, did you increase the price of the exclusive group? Oh my god. Relax. No, today I will. After stream. So this is the last stream at that price and then it will increase. Yeah, after stream I'm gonna do it. So that's it. You can check the website, man. Look on the website, man. It's not increased yet. It's the same. But it will after stream. Honestly, I should have done it this morning, but no, it's gonna be the same. And then after stream, new price will be revealed next week. Or if you check after stream. So yeah. 10 added, $550 a month. Bring out the Lambos. Then I can start finally risking 10k a trade. HRS is learning how to deal with stream annoyance from me, huh? He's learning his replies from me. I can see. Please wait, Harry. My withdrawal for this week won't hit until Saturday or Monday. Only this week I made profit. Please, please. Look, if you can't afford $50 a month and you need to withdraw to afford $50 a month, then maybe, you know, that's too much of a strain, you know. I think you need to get a better job. That worries me. Like, what are you trading with then? You know, $50 a month is some of the cheapest Forex education you can get out there. And really, it's been too cheap for too long. This month has been our biggest month in the group. I have actually never seen, and this is honest, I've never seen this much performance, and I'm very happy. It's because we're coming towards the end of the year and people are actually making a difference. I was looking through it this morning and I was trying to calculate some of the numbers. And it's amazing, man. A first payout of $1,900 as a first payout. Bro, my first payout was $100. If you calculate what's 55 times 12, this pays for like huge amount of years in the group. This is like 5 years in the group almost. Less, but you know, he's not gonna need to stay there that long. Another 2K withdraw. Another, my first payout ever, 2.3K. People getting funded, leaving a story, which always is heart touching. I mean, it's just insane, man. It's insane. So yeah, it takes longer, but you know, I'm not some guy on the internet who, you know, I'm not some guy on the internet who shows and cherry picks results and just tries to build hype because that's only what I show everything. These same guys sit with me every day. I sit with them every day. I show losses. I show difficult times. I show good times. Very few stay because they want a dream to be sold. You know? And it sucks because that's what would build my brand even bigger. I could grow Pip Labs way bigger, have better companies, have more revenue, instead of me getting out of pocket if I only just built hype. But that's not the truth of trading. It's not hype. It's not a hype game, trading. Anyone who actually makes money in this game will tell you that there's no hype in trading. It's hard work, dedication, and results. You know, then you get results. So Ben is 8% up this month while on holiday. Freedom at its finest thanks to this group. Amazing, Ben. It's nice to be on holiday and do that. I want to see, what are you guys guessing price increase? I want to see what's the guess for price increase. You guys will know the answer, but I want to see what people are guessing. I've already decided, confirmed. But I want to see what people are thinking. Let's see, let's see. 105, 99, 100, 150. Interesting. $60. I'm not going to increase it by $5. What's the point? 99 or 129? Some good guesses here. Some good guesses. I hope more than 100. You deserve it. $150. You guys will see. 149. There's a lot of competition around. I know a lot of people say that, but honestly, the effort I give in the group, I don't think many mentors out there put that much in for the price that I offer. That I can guarantee. You know? That's one thing I can guarantee. course he deserves more, but it's fine if the market dedicates the prices. Yeah, I mean, I could charge whatever, but I want it also to be affordable. The problem is with keeping members price the same is 55 5 years ago is not the same as today's 55. It's true. You know, I just never did it because I wanted to give people a chance for apart from expensive memberships. The reason I want to do it now is to bring in a more serious audience. Because yeah, I did give people a chance, but those people took a chance for granted. I really found that. So it's a win. Less people, more focused people, and then you get paid the same ultimately. I think a small increase every year is not bad to cover inflation. Yeah, I haven't increased the price of the group since I started it. Because I was always had the memo that I wanted people to come in and have an opportunity and actually, you know, benefit from it. But the problem is, as time went on, I found a reoccurring problem of people not being committed. They come in and they're not committed. GJ fell asleep, not surprised. Big candle. Oh, it's not falling asleep now. You have a thunderstorm here. That's not bad actually for a thunderstorm to come. So that's what you needed, is that thunderstorm. That's the structure you needed. Nice. It jumped as you said. I'm telling you, man, you have to realize between the lines, understand the spies. Why you don't mark 50-minute resistance on the candle and only 50-minute support, which is closer to gold? Whatever's closer, I'm gonna mark that first. Oh, this previous one here, I did have it as a box. I just removed that box. I'm actually think we can trade next month daily GBP JPY if it continues like this. This is the 1 hour close, London open. 1 hour will close bullish. I might take GJ if the 5-minute close is something like this. Run a bit of a tighter stop loss. 10 pip stop loss. Wick fill here. This wick is not tapping anything. I might do this. Do not copy this trade because we're not 100% sure with GJ. But 10 pips is nothing. Unless it just rips, man. Which we will see. But back in the day, this is something I would do. These type of aggressive trades on GJ. When it breaks out like this, it would work well. Yeah, let's see how this, if we're back, maybe we're back. I don't know if I should do this on a live account though. Just paper trade it in my head. But I'm also tempted to see my idea. If I risk like, I don't know, 0.5%, would it really matter that much? No. Unless it jumps last 39 seconds here and reaches this resistance. Asking the X out on a date. I know, right? Pretty crazy. It's a good bottom wick though, huh? Ah, the pain. My spread is a quarter. No, I only have 0.5 pip spread. Just join. What's the exact new setups you'd like to see from a committed new member? I want you to go through the WOP content first and just learn the fundamentals and you'll get the flow of how the group works. It's very cool. And you'll be able to ask questions, send feedback, ask exact feedback from me. Don't be scared to make mistakes. It's why you're there. But don't lose money in making the mistakes. Manage your risk low. And, you know, you can let us know a little bit about you, right? Are you planning to get funded? Are you already funded? Are you trading a personal account? All of that matters. Give me a sec. I need the toilet. I'll be back. Keep in mind, X's are snakes. Yeah, I'm thinking of maybe just going out with her next month, you know? Don't want to end my month with headaches. Already have all expenses end of month. Bills are gonna come now, everything. Salary payments, everything. So the last thing I need is to have to pay now with this chick. You know, so we probably indulge next month when we have, like, you know, a win that we can enjoy. I think that would be the best plan, is to indulge. Let's see what DAX did on the open. Damn, DAX is just absolutely boring, man, these days. Needs to really get going. You guys know why GJ is getting interesting again? Because we have the UK budget coming. So this is having some influence on GJ here. UK budget. You can't really trade GJ because of spread? Is it that bad these days? Set up 3 on the 30, huh? Set up 3 on big clean candles here. I wonder if you can get a continuation. Nice 1 hour close. Bro, Dax, if you just sold almost every London Open past few weeks, you'd make money. It's true, yeah. It's one thing you've noticed. There's some 1 minute structure now. Yeah, 9 minutes is a lot to wait for the 15 close, obviously nicer. But you know, I should be in from here. That's where I was originally, yeah. Now it's at my take profit. We're also at a 4 hours, so I feel like we need something closing above. Look at where you're buying. This is some of the worst place to buy. So we want to be careful here. I'm going to be careful. End of month. I think it's very aggressive going at a 4 hour. Harry, did it take you long to be... did it take you long to stop blowing accounts and actually get profitable? I didn't blow accounts, luckily. But I was a losing trader for 2 years. Towards the end of my second year, I started to see some profitability, but I didn't know if it would last. And then the next year, so my third year of trading is where I actually started to see some form of progress. Even though there's choppy months, but I ended my year profitable. And that's when I like, this is cool. I actually scaled very fast. Why were you losing though, not following rules? It's a great question. There's many things. So maybe lack of rules that I don't really know that what I'm doing wrong. That was a big one, is sometimes I didn't know what I was doing wrong. But the main thing why I was actually losing is because of a reason that I would go heavy risk, make money, then I would have a losing streak of 3-4 trades, whatever, tilt, take wrong trades, rushing into trades, no confidence to take the right trades. And then what would happen after that? I would go and start risking little. So I'd never make my losses back because I was scared. I would lose confidence, get scared, risk a little. That's what was happening. See, this is the difference with this position. Say you take this position now. I know it's tough because it's at a 4 hour, but if it pulls back, you have this 1 minute structure to watch how it reacts at. How to manage risk? How much per position? Do you have a hard stop rule when you lost a percentage of your account? No, I didn't have a hard stop rule, but my first initial risk was $250. That's what I first initially risked, $250. Then I went down to $50, and then I went back up to $100. Then I went from $100 to $500. Then I went from $500 back to $100. Then I went from $100 to $800, and then I went back to $100. That was the problem. Just always, I say, okay, I need to risk big. I'm ready. Boom, I take 1 or 2 good trades. I start to lose again. I lose confidence. I go back. And then my whole trading gets messed up from the confidence loss. So then I'm back to square one. So what did I do? Then I went back to around $200 risk. And I just risked that. Because I said, okay, let me just actually get a withdrawal. And the month I said that to myself. And the big change was I said, look, I'll be happy with 3% gain. Then in 2 months I made $1,000. I withdrew my first $1,000 from the market. That was like in quarter one of my coming on to my third year trading. So first 2 years were rocky, and then I made January, February, first 2 months I made $1,000, withdrew $1,000. Then I made $1,000 month. I actually have a video of my first $1,000 month. I'm gonna find it and post it so you guys can see. I remember this. This wasn't my first $1,000. This was my second $1,000 month. I remember recording it. See if we can find it. I should favorite it so I don't have to scroll and find it. So this was my so then I made, so I told you it took me 2 months to make my first 1,000, and then it took me then I made it in a month. Only a couple of trades, and I'll show you the trades if I can find it. But I do remember recording it. So it happened fast. So then I was up 2K already. I'm like, okay, great. That's great news. I'm up 2K. Man, I have to go so far back. But I really want to show you guys this. I think it's important for you guys to see how the journey was. Yeah, this was my second. Let's see if it loads. Want to see what I say. Yeah, so this was sick. First took me 2 months to make 1K, then I make it in a week, right? I made it in a week then. So that was really, really satisfying. And then that week I withdraw 1K from the market. So it's like, damn. So it took me 2 months to make 1K, and now I was able to make it in a week. And people think, oh, it's hard. But let me show you the trade I took to make it. It's actually only a couple of trades. Again, risking like 250. I think I was like max 250. Bit bigger trades, of course, yes. But it was sick to make it in a week. Where is it? Oh no, don't tell me I have to scroll through all this. I can't cope with that. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna send it in gold buys. If you want to take the risky, this was the buys here. So you buying up here, you know the threat. You know the threat. Personally, I buy with a 15 close. I put it here. Check this out. This is, look at this. Let's put volume.
We started a week with gold. We smashed another gold, and then we got a small loss. Kept loss small, and then recovered that loss, finishing nicely.
Look at the price of GJ, guys. 144. 144 is the price of GJ when I recorded this video. 144. And that was like my first 1K week, right? That was my first 1K week to make 1K in a week. But a guy in your group made 1,900. Yeah, he had the right education. He has a lot different, man. This is my journey. I went through a little bit different. It took me 2 years to make a 1K week. Why can't I be honest about that? It's not a shame. I'm not ashamed about that. So it took me 2 months then to make $1,000 withdrawal. And then it took me a week to make 1,000. So that was a pretty sick moment though, you know, to make $1,000 from the market. At the time was insane. In a week, man. In a week. So I withdrew that. And then I had $2,000 to play with. I'm like, okay, cool. And you want to know what happened after that week? I lost. I lost and I was down $500 and I got scared and I started risking $50 again. That's what happened after that. And then it took me 2 months to recover. 2 months to get my psychology straight. And then again, back. Then I made my first 2K withdrawal. That was sick. That was sick. So that was then my first 2K withdrawal. Trying to see if I have any video of that. Maybe this. Yeah, a lot of old memories, huh? Damn. Forget about how long it's been, you know? You really forget about it. How much shit you had to do. Like, I remember how hyped I was back then. Like, full focus, everything. Full focus. Yeah, this is why I wasn't confident till we get a close above here. As you can see, 15 didn't close above. Obviously a threat, right? When 15 doesn't close above. Still live? Yeah. We'll end it soon here. So GJ, I would take GJ, but I told you next month I'm gonna trade it. This one's a little bit higher, but this is not a good setup when we have two 15-minute candles getting smaller now. I don't like those setups. Thanks for sharing your journey. Lots of Furus flash their lavish lifestyle, making people think it's all sunshine and rainbows. Yeah, and that's the truth. It was just hard work. My next big goal is I want a 10K day. I haven't hit a 10K day. My biggest day has been $5,000, which is still cool in one day, but that's personal money. I think now with my funded accounts, I can hit easily 10K day. That is something I really need. I don't need to hit it, but that's like one thing I need to check. 10K day done in trading. Real, you know, not some bullshit. And money in my account, huh? Not, oh, 10K day, no money in my account. So many guys post a 10K day, but then they can't withdraw it because the prop firm would deny. Super easy to make a 10K day, but if the prop firm denies, you're not making 10K. You know? So I really need to plan what is my attack method for a 10K day, huh? It's crazy though. I was so excited for a 1K month now. 1K is my risk per trade. Can you imagine? Look at me filming myself back in the day. Look what the trades I took this week to make 1K. Now I risk 1K in a trade, you know? Isn't that breach of contract? It could be, right? It could be. That's the threat. But if I do a 10K day, I would do maybe, let's say, 5K on a prop, and then I would do 5K personal. Even a good prop firm will deny 10K. Yeah, 100%. That's 5% of your 200K account you made in one day. They're not going to reward you making 5% in one day. There's obviously, that's an anomaly, right? But if you had stacked accounts, so let's say you made, let's say you had like a bunch of 100Ks together, then it would be fine. Or you're funded if you're funded 400K, then they would pay you that out, no problem. But let's say you had a 100K account, you know, if you had a 100K account and all of a sudden you make 10% in one day, yeah, that's going to raise a lot of warnings for them and give them an excuse to deny. But if you had a 400K account, or you had multiple stacked accounts, like maybe 5 to 50Ks or 3 or 4 100Ks, they're not going to tell you shit because they will treat it as different. You just copied it, you know? Anyhow, I'm gonna head off now. Appreciate you guys. Unlucky I went break even, I guess. There was my reasons for it. I played it safe. End of month, next month beginning, we can be aggressive again. I'm very happy to see my trades playing out though. It's giving me confidence. Breakouts are back, guys. You should be very excited. London has not been very messy. That's some clean moves during London. 15-minute waited for us, closed above. Yes, 1 minute looks sketchy as hell, but it rewarded. It didn't be all weird and then pull back super heavy. So appreciate you guys showing up as always. Pleasure to have you on stream. Giveaway we'll do Monday, brother. Giveaway on Monday, so show up to Monday because that'll be the first of the month. And let's get it, guys. Let's get it. Appreciate you all as always. Much love and peace. Have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy. Take the rest of the day off. Would be good to come in next month fresh and then pull up from there. So appreciate you all. Take care and peace. Cheers, guys.